part of today's video is about this guy. This is a CO2 powered replica of a Colt Peacemaker, and for the rest of the story, I'm taking you guys up to Solon, Ohio to Pyramyd Air. Pyramyd Air is one of the largest air-driven shooting sports companies in the world. Their new program allows enthusiasts to customize a range of air guns with a variety of parts. In my opinion, there's a variety of reasons why you would want to integrate an air gun into your various shooting sports activities, but in this particular instance, I'm thinking of this as a training aid. So I went with a gold swap out on the trigger and the hammer, so I can say something like, hey, don't touch the gold bits till you're ready to shoot. So anyway, my first stop when I arrived to Pyramyd was to meet up with Tyler, and he gave me a walk around their massive warehouse and their customization areas, and I even saw their in-house frangible ammunition manufacturing capabilities, which unfortunately I was unable to photograph. Kurt, what are you doing? From there, I met up with Eddie at their custom shop. So what are we doing today, Eddie?
So all we're going to be doing is taking it apart real quick, throwing everything on that you want it to, and then we're going to go shoot.
That sounds fantastic. You saw the segment where we were building the gun. Maybe. We're not entirely sure how we edited it up. But now we're at the range and we're going to actually try the thing out. So Eddie's here to help me again with that. And not only are we going to try it out, but I think that you guys do a lot of stuff for other products that you support here.
Yep.
So do you want to talk about that for a second?
So I'm going to run you through what we usually do whenever we do a custom build. Whenever we do a custom build, you get a free chronograph service. So we shoot it through the chronograph 12 times, make sure it's getting right speeds and velocities. For the other configurator service, for the AP16, you will get actually a nice little shot group. So it shows that it is making speeds and it's grouping.
Okay, so you actually report that data.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Cool.
And then for most of our other products, we do offer 10 for 10s or 20 for 20s. So most of the rifles or the pistols that accept optics, you'll get, for the 10 for 10, you will get 10 shots to the chronograph, making sure that it's making speeds, no leaks or anything like that. So we do verify it is functioning and all that. Zero-ins, or the 20 for 20 service, we will mount, zero, and then make sure it's doing all the same things as the 10 for 10, but you get 10 more shots. So, alright, so what we typically do is we just start getting it ready by getting it powered. So because it is CO2 powered, we gotta use this nice little CO2 cartridge. Load it in. Tighten it down until you hear it pierce. That's pierced. And now, because it is a replica of the Colt single action, uses these cartridges just like the real firearm. Pellets and BBs will work, but the nice part about these are the copper ones are for BBs, silver are for pellet. And now we're ready to go.
T-Rex mount.
Yeah, that's my problem. And I have no ability to jump either. So this being a replica, I think is kind of neat because you can actually get the loading sequence down, even though that I haven't shot a revolver in probably, it's measured in years anyway. So particularly if you're trying to get like dry fire practice or something like that, some enhanced dry fire practice, or maybe you're a pregnant lady or something like that and you're worried about sound. So I think that's it. Nope, can't count. Yeah, this thing's a lot of fun, I have to say. So that's pretty interesting, especially being able to build a custom one yourself. So I think we're going to move on to a couple of the other cool things that we saw here at the warehouse at Pyramyd Air. You know what? I was gonna blame.
Flubbed it on the last one.
Yeah, I was gonna blame the. Well, no, I was out of pellets because I missed on the second one.
That's right.
I was gonna blame it on the CO2 cartridge depleting, but unfortunately, I hit the next like 4 shots in a row. So that.
You can always blame the guy who assembled it.
Yep,
you can always
that's what we get to do. So, guys, I have Tyler here, again from Pyramyd Air, and we've got some other things that we've basically just walked around the warehouse and just, hey, that one looks cool. Let's see. Okay, so first off, you know, this one, everybody's had one of those multi-pumps from when they were a kid. I moved out of that period of my life at a very, very early age. But so I haven't had a multi-pump air gun since I was probably like 5 years old. But I think that these are pertinent today because if you think about, you may not want to use your actual ammo for shooting small game in case you have to use it against something more serious.
Yeah, absolutely. For like a self-contained platform for the prepper, or you know, if you are just somebody that likes plinking in the backyard, shooting small game, whatever, and you want something by the door ready to go, this is a great option. And like I said, self-contained, so you are the power plant basically with this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't hate the idea of a self-contained pump anymore.
Sure.
So I know that it's not the most Gucci technology.
Well, actually, so this one's kind of interesting. Multi-pumps really, since they came out, you know, in the mid-1900s or maybe even earlier than that, haven't really changed, right? As you keep pumping, it gets harder to pump, right? So Air Venturi and their Seneca line comes out with this Dragonfly Mark II, which will be out later this year, announced at SHOT Show 2022, of course. And this thing has a pump assist system built into it that keeps the pump effort at 15 to 18 pounds for every stroke, so it doesn't get harder as you go.
So what is the maximum number of pumps?
So you can go up to 15 pumps with this guy.
What happens if I go to 16?
Nothing terrible.
Is crew counting? Because I can't count past 10.
I think you're at 9.
Eight?
8 or 9. 10's good, though.
It hasn't gotten any harder.
Yeah.
It probably sounds like crap on camera, but
Well, the nice
Are you
thing
still
is
counting?
because it's easy.
it should be enough. You think we're at 15 now?
I lost count.
Are you sure? Should I
What if,
keep?
what if it spontaneously just it won't, but that'd be fun. You can keep going. I'm just gonna make you keep doing it. That's great. I don't want to pump it.
No, I was gonna have you shoot it.
Oh, you want me to shoot?
have it. Okay, it didn't blow up.
No.
So, okay, yeah.
Not terribly loud. You want to piss off your viewers, you know, it's got a little thread on the end of the...
It does what it says it does, which is it didn't get any more difficult to pump it the entire time. So
Exactly, and why it's taken so long for a manufacturer to bring something like this out is kind of ridiculous, but glad to have it.
this is not a BB gun. So some of you will know what this is, but this is an Air Force air rifle, and this is the 50 cal variant.
This is the 457.
This is a 457 variant. So
That's a 350 grain slug,
yes,
and
so
they do get bigger.
yes, so this is an actual animal killing thing. In fact, I think we're planning on having a travel hunt this year where we actually go out and do air rifle hunting. So this is totally capable of killing a wild boar or something like
Absolutely, pretty much anything in the U.S. it's capable of taking. They've taken the longer barrel version of that, and I think taken bison with it as well.
that. The other question I had for you guys in that regard is, have you guys gotten on the Ohio DNR any about...
It's coming. It's
Okay.
coming. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure being applied. We took the ASA, the Air Gun Sporting Association, took kind of the we'll surround the states that we want and to pressure them into it. So Michigan's been a long time adopter of air gun hunting, which has been great. But now we have like Kentucky, West Virginia's on board. So all of these states around Ohio and Pennsylvania, which are probably the two biggest whitetail states in the country, are all kind of saying, hey guys, like this is a new thing you can do. So it's gonna
Ohio's been historically slow on adoption.
which is weird because it's like one of the first states to pick up crossbows, you know, way back.
But
And-
even the rifle stuff
Yeah.
it's just weird when it comes to our game laws. But hopefully we'll have air guns soon. It'd be
Yes.
great if we had an air gun season. The other thing about some air guns that is a little bit more difficult when it comes to powder burners, as we're going to say, is suppression.
Sure.
So what we have here is, what is this one?
This is the Firearms S510 Tactical. This is a brand new model, actually just came in a couple weeks ago. So the great thing about this is on top of the chassis system you see, you have a nice dedicated can that is affixed to the shroud, which is proprietary to the platform. I think that's where you're going with this, yeah?
That's exactly where I'm going with this. So you can get an integrally suppressed air rifle. You heard that that pump gun that we just shot.
Yep.
It was relatively loud. So when you're pushing real velocities out of these guns, they're still loud. A shrouded moderator, as we call it,
yes,
allows us to do integrally suppressed guns that don't require the NFA side of things.
Exactly. Yeah, and this helps tremendously when we talk about sound moderation.
And they'll see that here in just a second.
yes.
So we've done traditional, we've done big bore,
Yep.
we've done suppressed, and now give me the new toy that I'm literally stealing when I leave here.
Good luck, because this one's mine. The Edgun Leshy 2, really innovative gun, semi-automatic. It's got an 8-round magazine. It's available in 177, 22, 25, and 30 caliber as well in 2 different lengths. So this is actually the long version of it, and you do have a slightly shorter version as well. But this guy puts out about, in the 22 here, about a third of the power of a 22 long rifle. So in the 30 foot-pound range, but it's adjustable, so you can tweak it, do whatever you want with it. But that fast fire capability is awesome. It's just a sweet little gun.
This thing's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I'm excited to shoot this. And speaking of that, let's just go ahead and go for it.
Let's do it.
Although I will say that you say this comes shorter?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I walked off a little bit, but it's different because there's you can actually feel the gas bleed off right here underneath your hand. So it's definitely interesting. I've shot a lot of air guns, and this one is probably the most different by far from a normal powder burning semi-auto gun.
Yeah, functionally, it's also way different than any air gun you've shot as well. Like,
Yeah.
the valving's completely different than anything else.
Yeah,
It's
you can
great.
tell. Yeah, for sure. So we're saying this is sighted, huh?
Should be close.
All right. Good. So now when I miss, it's my fault.
I just hit one, so
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. In fact, it's really sighted in.
that'll shoot a dime at like 45 yards every time.
Yeah, I 100% believe that it will.
So this is the shot you just took, welded onto the plate there when you knocked
Tilt
it
it
over.
up so they can see it. Yeah.
Get that nice.
Can we?
I don't know if you're gonna be able to
No,
pry
I
it
don't.
off.
No, man. You know what it is? Is it hit the bolt
Yeah.
and like literally melted around the bolt. Oh my gosh, that's
Pretty
cool.
intense.
Yeah, and it totally put a little bit more of a bend in it right there.
If you see it, I mean, you got a nice little dent back there.
So that thing's got some real juice behind it, man. Yeah. So all told, my trip up to Pyramyd Air was a great experience. It was excellent to meet all the people there. They all seem like fantastic people. Everybody from Tyler to Eddie to Val. It was great to see the people that make the operation run. And I would say that I've had the privilege over the course of my career to visit a variety of firearms-related companies just by virtue of what I do. And it was really cool to see a change of pace, because a lot of times when you visit a firearms company, there's this overtone of the federal agents could show up at any minute to give us a visit, and everybody's kind of has that in their mind that they have to prep for that sort of thing. Air guns are not regulated items, so it's really cool to see people that just enjoy what they do without the government tarnishing it. So that was a cool experience for me. Now, later in the year, I believe that we're planning an event where we're going to go out and try to blast some critters with some of the big bore air guns. If that's something that you want to see, then sound off in the comment section down below. It was excellent to have you all here today. Special thanks to all of our Patreon and Subscribe-Star subscribers that help make videos like this possible and keep the channel running. You should see some names for those people on screen right now.